Hi, we're Batten and Kamp. I'm Alexandra Batten and this is Daniel Kamp.
So my background is in industrial design and sculptural objects, and Ali is an interior architect by training. Together we work kind of at the intersection of design and art. We create a range of different projects, from commercial things like restaurants through to sculptural furniture, self-initiated things that we create, galleries and for individual commissions.
We met William at an antique store. We were looking for a space to do an exhibition for our first collection, and William was buying antiques. He invited us back to Pottinger to have a look at the space as a potential for us to exhibit there, and we just got talking and we adored the space. It's this series of narrow pathways and stairways that draw you through it with beautiful art spotted around the space, and we fell in love immediately.
As we discussed more with William and Viola about the space, we eventually came to the idea that we might collaborate on a piece. That piece would be a large bench seat for the garden space on the top of the building. And the prospect was quite interesting for us because there's kind of two parts to our work. One is very hands-on and more conceptual, and the other is more commercial. This opportunity was somewhere in between, where we are being commissioned to create a piece that builds off of our more conceptual work, but is site-specific, where we have to deal with the particular constraints of a particular context, as well as find a way for our own aesthetic language to marry in with the story of this building and the artworks that this bench would ultimately live next to. After visiting Pottinger 22 and kind of investigating the space, Ali and I stepped away and tried to interpret the design of the building. There's this interesting exchange of hierarchy throughout the building. Sometimes earth is on the bottom, people are in the middle, and art is above them. Other times that switches entirely, and it challenges the kind of normal hierarchies within art, where art stands above people. So we chose to express this in the bench by juxtaposing different everyday materials. And furniture in this regard is interesting when it is treated as art, because furniture is practical, therefore it is subservient to people. Yet if it is art, we're therefore putting people above art. So we're constantly having this conversation. We chose to bring this out in the piece itself.
So we started to think about materiality. We knew that we wanted to do something with raw natural stones. That was a given, particularly in that space. But we had to think a lot about what the plinth material was going to be and what made sense and what responded to the environment without competing too much with the artwork. We wanted to play with this idea of processed and natural materials, so we looked at sintered stone, we looked at composite stone, because it has this lovely relationship between the natural and where we've come in terms of technology. That's a beautiful celebration and comparison between the both of them. We also liked the idea of drawing on the environment around the rooftop. We've got the beautiful change in weather and colour depending on the time of day, and we started to play with those materials and play with those colours. So through the creation of this bench, we're interested in exploring the relationship between different materials. And in a similar way, Pottinger 22 is about exploring a relationship between art and design, artists and designers, and it's beautiful for us to be able to contribute to that.